Good morning, students. Welcome back to my sociology class. Students, today I am going to revise our chapter that is from the book Indian Society, chapter number 2, the demographic structure of the Indian society. I will revise the chapter with question answer. So, questions carrying 2 marks, 3 marks, and 6 marks. One by one I will explain the questions. First questions: state 2 factors responsible for famines. Students, first of all I want to say that we have already studied the chapter. We have learned lots of new ideas and the new terms, that is the sex ratio, that is the birth rate, death rate, etc, etc. So now I will explain the answer of questions. I will give the questions in the version. Your work, please listen the answer very carefully and then try to write the answer from yourself. Now first question is state 2 factors responsible for famines. I hope we have already learned about the famines. Famines actually were caused by high levels of continuing poverty and malnutrition in an agro-climatic environment that was very vulnerable to variation in rainfall. Not only the rainfall, its variation for monsoon, it's depend on the quality of the lands, it's depend on the fertilizer, pesticides, and even the seeds. Next point you can write: lack of adequate means of transportation and communication, as well as inadequate efforts on the part of the state were some of the factors responsible for famines. You can see the questions I have already written for you. My first question is state 2 factors responsible for famines. So what are the factors? Famines are caused by high levels of continuing poverty and malnutrition in an agro-climatic environment that was very vulnerable to variation in rainfall. And what I said? Second factor, lack of adequate means of transportation and communication, as well as inadequate efforts on the part of the state were some of the factors responsible for famines. Understood? My next question is, how does literacy vary across gender, region, and social groups? Question number 2. The question is, how does literacy vary across gender, region, and social groups? From the beginning you can write, literacy is said to be an instrument of empowerment. Right? What do you think? Yes, literacy is said to be an instrument of empowerment. Literacy in case of gender, the literacy rate for women is almost 22% less than the literacy rate for men. There has been rise in female literacy, and in the year it was noticed that between year 1991 and 2001 there has been a 15% rise in literacy increase of females compared to the rise in male literacy of a little less than 12% in the same period. So, I have discussed what? Literacy in case of gender. Now we have to think that literacy across social groups. Disadvantaged communities or the backward communities like the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes have lower rates of literacy, and rates of female literacy within these groups are even very lower. Understood? What is our next point? That is the region. Yes, of course, literacy across region. Regional variation are still very wide, with states like Kerala approaching or Kerala achieving universal highest literacy rate, while the state like Bihar are lagging far behind. So, literacy rate also depend on region to region. It's vary on social groups and also of gender. So, student, you understood? It's a 6 marks question. So, you have to write down the all points accordingly. First, you have to write literacy in the case of gender. Then you can write literacy in the case of groups, social groups. And lastly, we can write literacy in the case of region. Okay, understood? My next question. It's a very common questions for all of you. Look, explain Malthusian theory of population growth. Explain Malthusian theory of population growth. Now, I will tell the questions on the basis of 6 marks. Okay, because generally Malthusian theory of the population or the demographic transitions theory, all these questions generally carrying 6 marks. So, you have to prepare it as 6 marks. So, first of all, you have to start like that. Malthusian theory of population growth outlined in his essay on population 1798. He argued that, then you have to write one by one, point wise, 1, 2, 3, 4 or A, B, C, D, or you can make a any particular types of symbols. He argued that human populations tend to grow as a much faster rather than the rate at which the means of human subsistence, for example, food, clothing, and other agriculture-based products can grow. Second point, that is why he said humanity is condemned to live in poverty forever, because the growth of agricultural production will always be overtaken by population growth. Third point, while population rises in geometric progression, that is like 2, 4, 8, 12, 16, 32, 42, etc., agricultural production can only grow on arithmetic progression, that is like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, etc. Next point, Malthus felt that there should be control on growth of population and humanity has only a limited ability to voluntarily replace the growth of its population by using preventive checks like postponing marriage or practicing sexual abstinence, etc. Next point, Malthus believed that the positive checks to population growth in the forms of famines and disease were inevitable because they were nature's way of dealing with the imbalance between food supply and increasing population. So students, I told some of the points. All these points are main themes about the Malthus theory. Now you have to arrange it and you have to write it from yourself. Understood the answer? I hope all of you knows the answer very well, but still you have to revise it. Okay? My next question. My next question is, what is meant by birth rate and death rate? Explain why the birth rate is relatively slow to fall while the death rate declines much faster. So we have to write the question answer about the birth rate and the death rate. First, you have to write down the answer about the birth rate and death rate. What do you mean by the birth rate and death rate? Then you have to explain the birth rate is relatively slow to fall while the death rates decline much faster. Actually, birth rate is the total number of live births in a particular area. Suppose an entire country, a state, a district or other territorial unit. During a specified period, usually a year, divided by the total population of that area in thousands. In other words, the birth rate is the number of live births per thousand population. That is the answer. So what do you mean by birth rate? Birth rate is the number of live births per thousand population. Next point, that is death rate. Death rate is a similar statistics expressed as the number of deaths in a given area during a given time per thousand population. The birth rate is relatively so slow to fall is because I am discussing about the next portion answer. The birth rate is relatively slow to fall is because the death rate is a socio-cultural phenomena that is relatively slow to change. By and large, increased level of prosperity and the different kinds of improvement of technologies and innovations of new medicines exert a strong downward pull on the birth rate. Once infant mortality rates decline and there is an overall increase in levels of education and awareness. Family size will begin to fall. Some states like the Kerala and the Tamil Nadu have managed to bring down their total fertility rates, that is TFR, to 2.1 and 1.8 respectively. But there are some states, notably Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Uttar Pradesh, which still have very high total fertility rate of 4 or more. Okay, students, you understood? My next question is, what is meant by sex ratio? What are some of the implications of a declining sex ratio? So again we will revise it again, that sex ratio. A sex ratio refers to the number of females per thousand males in a given area at a specified time period. Sex ratio refers to the number of females per thousand males in a given area at a specified time period. I have seen that students, some of the students, but the number is very few. Those who have written in the first unit exam, not per thousand, you have written 1000000 like that. What is it? So that's why you got 0 marks. Per thousand, you have to mention 1 and 000. The sex ratio refers to the number of females per thousand males in a given area at a specified time period. The reason being given for decline in sex ratio by demographers like that. Number 1, increased risks of death in childbirth that only women face. Understood what I said? Increased risks of death in childbirth at only women face. Number 1. Number 2, several types of neglect of girls' babies. I want to say that baby girl or girl child in infancy, leading to higher death rates. Understood? And number 3, sex-specific abortion that prevent girl babies from being born. What I said? Sex-specific abortion that prevent girl babies from being born. And the last point, that is female infanticide, or in a simple words, killing of girl babies due to religious, social, cultural beliefs. So all these are the factors, all these are the responsible factors of declining sex ratio. Students, that's the answer. You have to write it accordingly, like point wise. I hope you understood the answer. I will give the questions in the Wasm app. Please, I am requesting to everyone, please write down the questions in your classwork copy with answer. If you will face any problem in answer, then you can tell me without any hesitation. That's all for today. Thank you everyone.